YouTube people, before we get started, go ahead and get your tea, your water, your libations, whatever it is that you need, okay? Because we need to have a talk. So I'm gonna give you a few seconds. Go ahead and gather yourself and come on right back, all right? Hopefully you are settled in. I'm pretty sure many of you have noticed, but your girl been MIA, okay? And you're probably wondering, are you okay? You all right? I actually had a comment yesterday that asked, was I still alive? Yes. Yes, I am. And this video is to explain what has been going on in the last month. The last time I posted a video was in December, and it was the Polski Jastrunie, episode 2. If you don't know, the Polski Jastrunie videos are about me sharing what I'm learning about the Polish language and getting a lot of tips and getting a lot of help from the people in the comments, which can in turn help anybody else who is wanting to learn Polish. And since I posted that video, I have recorded other videos, I've edited, and I've even written scripts. And it seemed like whenever I record something or write something, I just didn't like the way it turned out. Like, I have a whole Polski Jastrunie episode 3 ready to go, and when I rewatched it, I was like, this is crap, okay? And I don't wanna put out anything, like, if I don't want to watch it, I don't expect you to want to watch it. So that was like one little thing that happened. And I also realized that for the people who joined the channel in 2017 or early 2018, before I even thought about going to Poland, that you might not be interested in Polish language videos. If you don't want to visit Poland, if you're not living here, that makes complete sense. So in my mind, I'm thinking, I need to create something else. I need to do something in addition to the Polski Jastrunie videos, and that's what I was trying to do, and then I hit a wall. I hit like this creative wall, and as I was trying to figure out what else that people might want to see. When I created this channel, I put TV in the name purposefully. I didn't want to limit myself and be like, you know, oh, Jasmine goes to Korea, because I wanted the channel to be bigger than that. I wanted it to be like a network where some people might tune in on Thursdays because their show comes on Thursday. And some people might tune in on Monday because their video comes in on Monday. And I would like to get to that point. And so with that in mind, I even started writing skits. And the first skit I wrote, I was like, this sucks, okay? And then I wrote another skit and I was like, you know, I might be able to do something with this. And then I'm reading through the skit and then it hits me, you can't act. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, how in the world am I gonna do this skit? I've never acted a day in my life, so I messed around and went to masterclass.com and watched and bought Samuel L. Jackson's acting masterclass. And I was like, this is good enough. So I filmed part 1 of this skit, and as I'm going through the footage, I'm like I got nervous. I was too scared to put it out. So this is the kind of stuff that's been happening in the past month. This is why you haven't heard anything from me. So first, I spent hours editing a video that I didn't like. I wrote a script that sucked. I wrote another script and then realized you might suck at acting. And all these things were just happening, and I hit like a wall, and I just said, okay, I think it's time for me to just like take a break, regroup. And when I hit a wall, that kind of looks like, how can I put it? It looks like a lot of Netflix and chocolate, okay? So there was a solid 2 weeks. I didn't leave my apartment. I was just binge watching anything. Was watching like Ultraviolet, Dogs of Berlin, Peaky Blinders, all of that stuff. When I finished Peaky Blinders, I was like, okay, like, you might need to venture out of your apartment. You don't need to be like sitting up in here thinking it's 1920s Europe. Like, you need to leave. I need to get out, get some fresh air, and get some pep in my step. And so I started going to social events. There's a group out here called Warsaw Social, and they have something going on almost every night. I tried game night, I tried language exchange night, I tried grab a beer, make friends night. You know, I was just doing stuff, you know, to get out. And I was like, let me just take care of myself. We'll get back to the YouTube stuff. You know, I started doing yoga. I bought a blender, started making smoothies. You know, even went on a couple of dates. Now, my dating life still isn't anything to write home about, but let me tell y'all something. I've got something that I haven't had in a long time, and that is hope. I actually have some hope, because let me tell you something. In Korea, my hope tank was on E, okay? Ain't have not a lick of hope, not a drop. But here, you know, I feel like I'm running off like half a tank, shawty. For real. Why am I like this? Anywho, we can chat about that kind of stuff later. I want to just focus on creating content for this channel. I mean, since I've been in Poland, you know, the channel has grown by like 6,000 subscribers. Thank you to each and every one of you that has supported the channel. Psh, crazy. I have no words, man. It's crazy. Now that I'm ready to snap back into things, the most logical thing to do is to just ask you, what kind of stuff do you want to see? Things that I have in the works, you know, I'm working on a series of interviews where I'm interviewing people of color about their time in Poland, because I know that's a big question that's out there. I have seen that question in the comments, and when I was interested in coming to Poland, I saw like a lack of those kind of videos, and so that's something that I want to create. Also, I know people like story times. I do get messages on Instagram, messages on the JasmineTTV Facebook page saying, you know, with questions, and then people say, by the way, love your story times. And I'll have to work on getting some more story times out there. And yeah, just let me know what it is that you want to see, okay? And I will work on getting it together. That's what's been going on. I can't wait to hear from you guys in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.